Dr. Eseryel here, talking about systems analyst roles. Um, a systems analyst role focuses on the IS issues surrounding the whole system with 5 elements that we've talked about. The key things that this analyst does is analyzing a business situation, identifying what kind of opportunities there are for IS related improvements, and designing an information system to implement the improvements that they have suggested. So there's a lot of interaction that's needed with a number of groups of people, technical people, business people, and outsiders such as vendors and consultants. Now, there are types of specialized roles that I'd like to talk to you about. Um, these two are the ones that I have done with the titles as well. Um, there are the change management analyst is a role that focuses on people and management issues related to an system installation. This person ensures that adequate information documentation is done. There's support for the available for the users, that the users are motivated. There's a way to hear people's issues with the system. And so there are help desk set up, um, and also training planning and training implementation falls into the change management analyst role. Now, for big implementations like ERP systems implementations, I recommend that 10% of the million dollar budgets of ERP recommendations are uh, reserved for change management budget. So that's how important this role is. Project management role is a role that ensures that the project is completed on time, within budget, and that the system delivers the expected value to the organization. So these three things that I mentioned are actually the definitions of a successful project: that it meets requirements, that it's done on time and within the expected budget. Now, requirements analyst and business analyst are identified as separate roles here as well. A requirements analyst is a person who identifies the requirements for an information systems to be developed by talking to different stakeholders. So you might actually end up doing requirement analyst role as part of a business analyst as well, but you could have the job title of a requirements analyst as well. A business analyst is quite similar to systems analyst, and the difference being the business analyst role focuses more of the business aspects of the system. So remember, the 5 elements we've talked about of an information system included processes and people. So that's where the business analysts focus more, identifying how to improve business processes, how to design new processes around information systems, and how to set up policies. The last two include systems analyst and infrastructure analyst roles. So systems analyst is similar to business analyst, but it's different in that they focus more on the information systems issues surrounding the information systems. So they have more hands-on technical knowledge, programming knowledge, so that instead of focusing on how new business processes are developed, they're thinking about how processes can be supported by information technologies. Infrastructure analyst is a person who focuses on technical issues surrounding the ways the system will interact with organizations' technical infrastructure. So when I say infrastructure, I'm thinking about hardware, software, networks, and databases. Now, these jobs are, I'd like you to consider these jobs as potential jobs for you, because I had students, for example, who graduated with a degree in finance from ECU and who ended up being a business analyst. the reason why you might want to have a job like this would be that it's challenging, that it's so much fun with so much different technologies. There's always a new variety of tasks going on, and you have to always problem solve. Talking about problems, the disadvantages of these kind of jobs would be that there would be a lot of stress, pressure. Management may not communicate sufficiently, or they may not recognize your job sufficiently. But that could be in any job really. End user mistakes and demands could be challenging, and sometimes there are unrealistic deadlines. Um, so these careers they're the ones that I mentioned. They're analyst roles, so they're actually beginning roles in your career. In that sense, yes, there's stress and pressure, but you're also young and able to take it. These are some of the skills that you will need to prepare for your career. I would I would not be afraid of the the mention of computer programming experience and expertise if you're sufficiently interested in information systems. You don't necessarily sit down and do programming. As I told you, I have been involved with IT in the industry. However, I did very little programming myself as part of my job. So just knowing about technologies, having problem solving skills, understanding of the IT language, as well as being able to communicate with the business people is very, very valuable in this line of job.